Now to Oahu's ongoing water contamination crisis. The Navy says tonight it plans to take the state to court over its Red Hill ruling. Deputy Secretary of Defense Kathleen Hicks, who came to Hawaii to get a firsthand understanding of the situation, issued a statement today saying in part, "We have a deadline of this Wednesday to file an appeal of DOH's final order, and we are planning to file in both federal and state court by this deadline." Deputy Secretary Hicks says she spoke with Governor David Ige today and said the Defense Department remains focused on addressing the Red Hill situation. She said the Navy continues to comply with parts of the order, including the suspension of operations at Red Hill. She also said the Navy plans to submit by Wednesday a work plan and implementation schedule for an independent firm to assess the facility operations and system integrity necessary to safely operate or defuel Red Hill. Earlier this month, the Department of Health upheld the state's emergency order that would require the Navy to remove fuel from the bulk fuel storage tanks at the Red Hill facility. DOH Deputy Director of Environment Kathleen Ho today responded to the DOD's plan to appeal. She released a statement saying, quote, "We are very disappointed the Navy continues to fight DOH's emergency order to defuel the Red Hill tanks. The Navy committed to Congress and in multiple public forums that it would comply with the emergency order. Today's announcement that they intend to appeal the emergency order is yet another breach of trust between the Navy and the people of Hawaii." The DOH also says it plans to fight the Navy in court on Red Hill and to protect Hawaii's residents and environment.
Like all things, when there's some kind of a disaster or incident, the first thing we got to do is stop the bleeding. And that's kind of what this plan is structured to do.
This morning, the state legislature briefed on the new Red Hill shaft recovery and monitoring plan. The U.S. Navy and Hawaii Department of Health signed off on the plan last Thursday, and the next day gave us a firsthand look at how the operation will work. Today, KITV4's Leah Kamana highlights the questions and the concerns among legislators.
The Red Hill Shaft Recovery and Monitoring Plan includes treatment of contaminated water from the Navy's Red Hill well by large granular activated carbon systems.
These granulated activated carbon filters, how often are they cleaned and what do you do with the backwash?
All the removal will be done in a way that ensures that any water that is, they'll be drained. That water will be treated, and then the granular material will be treated as hazardous waste until tested and determined to be solid waste. And then the method of disposal will be determined on what that test is and what comes back.
The GACs being used for the shaft, while much larger in size, operate the same as the ones used in residential areas to flush main distribution line. Then once the water is treated, it will be dumped into the Halava stream.
Before you guys started dumping the water in the Halava stream, it was data and testing done.
We do have a solid baseline from a comprehensive stream ecology report that was done 18 months ago with the University of Hawaii. And we have collected follow-up sampling in the same manner that we've done the previous study with the startup of the plant.
But Senator Favela not just concerned with the now.
What is the long-term effect when you guys are long gone from the state and our kids and our grandkids are going to live here, having something go drastically wrong with the stream and everything around it after you guys leave? That's the worry that I have.
Both the Department of Health and Navy pointing to continuous monitoring.
To address that, we have entered into a cooperative agreement with University of Hawaii Stream Lab, and we'll be doing regular monitoring of terrestrial and aquatic biota throughout the stream. So we'll do this twice a week at 5 to 7 sites upstream and downstream of the discharge point.
And questions continue when it comes to safe drinking water for residents.
I remember reading about a report that the water may have leached into the tubes, and have we mitigated that risk?
When they go into the homes and then they flush out of the faucets, it's not that they just flush and then take the sample when it just moved. Because as we all know, when we go to sleep at night, for instance, our pipes soak, right? The water doesn't move. And so the testing process before we, clear a zone is to actually have the water flushed, then sit for 24 hours and test it, and then sit again for another couple of days and test it again, so that we can really rule out that any of this leaching process.
In Honolulu, Leah Kamanaugh, KITV4 Island News.
People who have been impacted by the water contamination crisis can share their experience with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The CDC is conducting a survey that ends on Monday. You can find more information on how to take part on our website, kitv.com.